music is power. I wanna stay all the night. I wanna hold you tonight. Oh, baby, let me stay now. I'm alright, babe, because you want it. Ready to dance. Beat up the rising sun. Beat up the rising sun. You gotta feel the dance. It's always in your heart. Feel the time to come. Beat up the rising sun. I wanna feel your heart. The power of the sun. I wanna fly with you in the sky. Come take it easy, baby. With you tonight, you gotta shine. Oh, baby, listen, the music is power. I wanna stay all the night. I wanna hold you tonight. Baby, let me stay now. I'm alright, babe, because you want it. Ready to dance. Beat up the rising sun. Beat up the rising sun. You gotta feel the dance. It's always in your heart. Feel the time to come. Beat up the rising sun. I wanna feel your heart. The power of the sun. Beat up the rising sun. Beat up the rising sun. You gotta feel the dance. It's always in your heart. Feel the time to come. Beat up the rising sun. I wanna feel your heart. The power of the sun. Beat up the rising sun. Beat up the rising sun. You gotta feel the dance. It's always in your heart. Feel the time to come. Beat up the rising sun. I wanna feel your heart. The power of the sun. Beat up the rising sun. Beat up the rising sun. You gotta
You're thinking of Initial D because this is Initial D. I found the music licenses. Yeah, that's right. We're listening to this and we're not going to get copyright claimed. Hello, everyone. Welcome on in. But just that one for today. Just that one. It does still cost us money. But the fact that I know where to find them now, that's what's important. That's what's important here. Welcome on in, Nap, Dubious, Mela, and Sebastian. Hope you're all having a wonderful night. We're gonna talk about some shenanigans tonight, and we might actually do some GTA stuff. I haven't decided yet. But we're going to be talking about a lot of GTA stuff. We're going to be talking about a lot of stuff just in general. Because there's some really funny stuff that has happened behind the scenes that I think is hilarious. And I want to talk about it. So that's what we're going to do. But first, we got to get the Ray Leach music going. Okay. Hello, everyone. Oh, whoops. Hello, everyone. Guess what? I'm Cat today. I told you I could do this. It's actually pretty easy. But I hope you are all having a wonderful day. I know I am. I'm just double checking something super quick. Okay, cool. That's working. Awesome. Awesome. Welcome on in, everyone. And actually, you guys get to talk through Ray Leach today. So I believe TTS should be working. It's got a fairly long cooldown, but it should be working. Hopefully. Their head and eyes still being in sync is interesting. Well, actually, I know how to desync them. Whoa, what was that? That was a lag spike right there. But if you do exclamation mark TTS and then whatever, Ray Leech should say it. I was at least testing it. It should work. If it doesn't work, well, I don't know. I don't know what. I do think it's really funny though that she turns so much more than Cat. That is pretty funny. But anyways, I want to talk about, oh my gosh, why am I stuttering so bad? What is going on? There's some shenanigans afoot. Let me tell you what. But guys, I want to talk about Ray Leech because some funny shenanigans happened. I just have a feeling that Cat and Ray Leech are very good ventriloquists. Well, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Oh, I should probably pin this. There. I'll just put that in chat. So, I didn't mean to click that button. That's fine. Okay, guys. So, the Ray Leech stuff kind of left its intended audience, which I think is really funny. Because I've made 2 separate people lose faith in humanity today. And I've been called a coomer. That's not something I ever thought would happen. That's genuinely that caught me off guard. That one got me. That sent me. That was so funny. Yeah, so well, I guess I've joined the ranks of the youngins. I would get that. Yeah, exactly, right? But like her outfit's not bad. It's not even like remotely bad. I don't know, but wait, hold on. Where was the exact thing? Oh, what's up, Zero? How you doing? Yeah, I saw it and I legitimately just busted out laughing. I've been DMing so many friends because it's just so good. They said, sorry. They said, use a male model, you disgusting coomer. Oh my gosh. Oh, true. Unzipping the zipper, very lewd. Yeah, I mean, but that compared to, like, you know, the cat taking off the cloak, way less lewd. Way less lewd. Oh my gosh. But just so stupid. I love it. Hey, what's up, Blank? How you doing? I mean, she does technically have a nude base. I mean, you are technically correct, but even the quote-unquote nude base still has clothing on. It just has very little of them, which ironically might still be less lewd than some actual VTuber models I've seen, like straight up. I will actually make that assertion. All right, let's see. Did TTS actually work like it's supposed to? No. Why didn't TTS work? TTS, no! Okay, maybe TTS is broken again. Wait, let me try it.
My name is Ray Leech. How are you doing today?
Okay, it works for me. I don't know why it doesn't work for you. Okay, turn it. Because it... Okay, well... Because I... Okay, I didn't turn it on for you guys. That's why it didn't work. It works now. Whoops. I literally just didn't turn on for you guys. That's why it didn't work. She's also not using quite the right voice. I don't remember which one we used to use, but she does speak now.
Does anyone know who owns this cat? It's stinking up my car.
Oi now. How could you? How could you? All right, but guys, I want to talk about GTA shenanigans, and I think we're going to need a diagram. We talked about this a little bit last time when I was streaming GTA, but stuff has happened, and I think it's interesting. I'm kind of obsessed. Not as obsessed as some people, though. I'm looking at you, Cozy. If you're in here, I'm looking at you, Cozy. And several other people. There's a lot of people who are very obsessed with playing GTA, and I get it. It's fun. But I'm actually being responsible and working on other projects in the meantime. Somewhat responsible. Most, like 50% responsible. The evil eye has been cast. It's very true. It's very true. Okay, so I want to talk about, guys, I want to paint you a picture. Oh yeah, you're getting a lore dump. It's gonna be great. Let me make sure that I don't accidentally expose something I'm not supposed to. Oh yeah, this will be fine. Okay, cool. This will be fine. This will be fine. Okay, so what I need to do, you guys are getting the lore dump. It's gonna be great. I just recently started playing Dwarf Fortress again. Yeah, it's really easy to not be responsible with that. Like, really easy. Okay. You are so ready for lore. You guys better be. Don't accidentally expose her base. I don't even have a toggle to do that, guys. I don't even have a toggle to do that. I just realized, why is one of her hairs messed up? When did that happen? Wait, what? Hold on. When did that happen? There we go. Lore in a Rayless stream, I know, right? Unthinkable. We're gonna move ourselves over here. Chat, we'll add you onto the screen too. Why not? You guys are gonna be over here though. Or maybe down here. I don't know. I was gonna add you guys to like a side scrolling one down on the bottom, but I didn't figure out how to do that yet. The matching facial expressions, right? You know what's funny? My favorite one that I've seen is, I think it's this one combined with this one. Keep us from Rayleech if Mint comes in. Don't worry, we'll keep an eye out for Mint. We'll keep an eye out for Mint. Okay, and then we just need to go ahead and add in. Don't worry, we're just adjusting things on the fly. Actually, you know what? We're just going to be entirely in Photoshop. That's what we're going to do. That's how we're going to do this. Welcome to Photoshop, guys. You're stuck in here with me. Oh, shoot. She doesn't have sound on this one. Gosh dang it. She doesn't have sound here. You guys can't hear her. One second. I forgot about that. Is there going to be lore in the Lorecat stream? Yes, there is. Okay, do you guys hear this?
My name is Rayleech. How are you doing today?
You guys should have heard that. Okay, good. Cool. All right, now we can actually hear her on the scene. Cool. All right, guys. I don't think you're ready for this, but we're gonna do this anyways. Okay. So we're gonna make you guys just a little bit smaller. Welcome to the GTA lore dump. Because stuff has happened since last time. All right, guys. So, who's the star of the show? Good old Seth Sterling. Actually, I should probably make this bigger or smaller because this is gonna get real crazy real fast. Okay, so this is good old Seth. Mr. Seth Sterling is our character, and he's an interesting little guy. He has a background in blue collar tax evasion, or at least he used to before he got caught. Kind of his specialty, but not quite that bad. More like I wrote him as he's like a supply chain guy where he would mislabel things with tariff codes and things like that. So very much like blue collar small criminal at best, right? And not even like super crazy. Like that's the worst thing he's ever done, and he got caught and he got punished for it. But like fine wise, right? So when good old Seth came to the city, it was my first time actually playing in a GTA city. I had no freaking idea how to even like play the game. That was kind of crazy. I will say GTA RP is not super beginner friendly. If you've never touched a GTA game, like I went in fully blind. It's been a learning curve. It's been one hell of a learning curve. Let me tell you that. Oh, why is a little bit of the background seeing through? We got to shift this over just a little bit. Perfect. Nope, not quite perfect. There we go. That's better. But yeah, GTA RP stuff is it's a bit of a learning curve. Sounds like a World Series character this far. I dig it. Nice. I want to get a NoPixel. So I'm playing on Doodle, which is a server that one of my friends got me into. Which is Cozy. You guys know Cozy. So Seth came in. He wasn't super interested in criminal stuff. He immediately tried to get into a bunch of civilian stuff. But he also really liked exploring the city. And this is a problem because this is what has caused like 99% of all interpersonal drama with Seth so far. But for a long time, he was just into doing civilian stuff. He got into mining up in the mountains. He did some gold panning. He did some jewel crafting. Like, he's very much a civilian. And he ran into some people throughout the course of his time here. It's only a crime if you get caught. That is technically true. That'll be important later. So there are a few people that he ran into that are important players in the drama of Seth. But for the most part, he started off as a civilian. But he liked exploring and he liked finding illegal stuff. But he didn't like doing anything illegal. Because he had it in his mind that he was going to be like a black market dealer, right? Like he was not actually going to do any of the crimes, but he was going to be the supplier. You know, like he would get all the steel, he would get, you know, whatever materials anyone needed. He was going to be the supplier because that's kind of what his original job was. He worked in this kind of capacity, so he's like, oh well, I can be a supplier to the criminals and stuff because the police don't really need anything from him, right? That was at least the original idea. So he explored and he found a lot of stuff. Number one, no, it's technically false, practically accurate. Pretty much. But he explored quite a bit in the city. And he made a few friends, and I'm going to put out some notable names here. The big ones are Wayne, Poppy, Susie, and Thomas. These are kind of the four big players in the lore of Seth Sterling. It's important to note that these two are part of the same gang, and these two are part of the same gang now, but they weren't a gang at the time. So these two were in a gang, I think, when I joined the city. I'm not sure, but like they were at least partners and stuff, right? At least that's the vibe I'm getting. Seth actually doesn't know a whole lot about how long they've been doing stuff. But Wayne heard that Seth was finding some cool stuff. And Seth showed him something that was very important, apparently. That was this little thing that he had found just while exploring, where you went to a little house, you pay a guy $10,000, and he tells you a location on an island that's not on the main island. And the stuff on the main island, or on the secondary island, is really scary. There's guns and stuff everywhere. So Seth wasn't really interested in doing any of that, because again, he doesn't actually like doing crime. He doesn't want to be the one like out there shooting people. He doesn't want to be the one boosting cards. He doesn't want to do any of that. He just likes knowing things, because knowledge stuff feeds back into supplier things, right? Like, you need to know what everyone needs so that you can supply that. That was his thought process back then. But anyways, he found this thing, which these people cared a lot about. And so he made a deal with Wayne, where Wayne basically paid off Seth to tell him about this thing and not tell anyone else. So far, things are going great. Seth is becoming kind of an information broker. He's finding cool stuff. This is kind of like his comfort zone, where he's not actually doing anything like super illegal. He's just finding the illegal stuff and selling the information.
Rayleigh would be the best criminal.
She would. I agree. But here's where our first problem comes in. So at this point in time, as far as I know, Susie and Thomas were actually kind of partners with these guys. Because the deep lore here is that Seth found this, and at this point in time, Susie had actually met with Seth and showed him a couple things, the least of which being organ harvesting, which kind of freaked Seth out a little bit. She didn't actually do it in front of him, but she showed him that there's someone in the city willing to buy harvested organs. So that was kind of a thing. Seth was we're gonna have a little ticker up in the top right hand corner. We're gonna call this the paranoia counter, okay? Because this is important to the story. So, we started off at 0. We're vibing. We're doing civilian stuff. After this organ harvesting, we get a little tick there. And Seth doesn't quite know what to think of Susie after that. Like, that's kind of weird, but like, she didn't, like, he didn't know really how to process that kind of information. I don't think most people would. I think most people just be like, you're joking, right? Like, ha ha ha. Okay, that's, huh. Right? So that's kind of the thing. But anyways, when he found this thing and sold the information to Wayne, one of the conditions is that he could show Susie it. He actually asked for Wayne's permission to show Susie. He got that permission, but Susie brought along Thomas, because these two are really good friends. And so he asked Wayne if it was cool if he showed Thomas, and Wayne said yes, because again, at this point in time, these two weren't part of this group. So Seth showed them this, because again, this group thought that they were going to be with them and everything was fine. Seth was like, oh, information broker stuff. Like, we're getting to know things. We're getting to know about things. We're not getting in too deep yet. Nothing crazy so far. However, later that same day, because again, I haven't talked to too many people within the city at this point in time. I've kind of just been doing my own thing. I go up in the mountains, I mine, I gold pan, I hunt. And then when I've made a bit of money from that, I go around and I explore the city. I did a lot of that. I didn't find anything for a couple days. And then all of a sudden I found this thing, which no one had found. And then I found the thing that has caused Seth the most problems in his life. He found a crafting guy. He found a dealer that would, if you worked with him, could teach you how to make stuff like suppressors and ammo and all sorts of other shenanigans, handcuffs, like all this stuff, right? So he was like, oh, this is really cool. This is really exciting. Seth immediately told Susie, because again, at this point in time, they it was a budding like friendship, even though this thing was kind of always sitting on the back of Seth's mind. So he shows Susie and Thomas this, and then as part of his deal with Wayne from earlier, he tells Wayne about this. Wayne already knows about this. Wayne already knows about this thing because it was an extremely short conversation, like super short conversation. Because Seth is like, hey, I found a guy that does this thing, and he's like, Wayne said, hey, I need to talk to someone. I'll call. And then like hung up. Like it was like a 7-second conversation. So Seth's paranoia counter slips up again. Now, a big part of this conversation is I actually don't, like me, as in me, doesn't remember if I told them Susie's name or Thomas's name. This is important. He's fairly certain he would have mentioned Susie. He doesn't think he would have mentioned Thomas because we didn't really know each other at that point in time. That was still kind of like a new thing. But anyways, just a couple minutes later, like maybe within 3 minutes, both Susie and Thomas get a text from Poppy asking, what are they going to do with this information? Paranoia counter goes up again because Seth didn't think that he told Wayne that he was with these people. Like at most he would have mentioned Susie. I will stand and die on that hill. But he really doesn't think he mentioned Thomas. So paranoia counter's going up again. And what this does is this sets off a big fun chain of events because now Susie and Thomas are paranoid about Poppy because Poppy like didn't give them any time to process and just called them immediately and was like, hey, what do you need? What do you know about this? Who are you going to tell? Because she's trying to control information. Which as a gang leader, which I don't know if she was at this point in time. I think she was technically, is kind of important, right? And so all of a sudden, this random guy who is pretty new to the city and these two other people who like were kind of part of a crew, but not really. I don't really know that whole dynamic in its entirety. But they all of a sudden have this really valuable information because Seth found it. So this kind of drives a wedge in between these two groups. And currently, Seth is down here with these guys because he doesn't like feeling like he's getting stalked. You know, that's not great for him. But nothing super crazy happens from that. They're just all like, this is weird. Let's just take a step back, right? Event number 2. This is like the huge event. Seth is exploring around, doing stuff. He gets a call from Susie. Susie has discovered another guy who just says, hey, go to this location and pick up something. And it's in the ocean. So we're like, huh, that's kind of weird. What could that be? So Susie and Seth go off. They get on a boat. Well, they commandeer a boat. And they go to this location in the ocean. And they find some crates floating in the water. That's kind of weird. Turns out, this is cocaine seeds. So that's kind of a big deal. And at this point, we know that Poppy's group is looking for cocaine. Again, Seth does not want to get into any of this crap. He just wants to know what the supply and demand is because he doesn't, again, he didn't even want to do drugs. He wanted specifically to focus on materials side of things. Like he wanted, ideally, he'd be like the businessman who would sell to criminals, but on the up and up, even though he knew what the materials were being used for. Like that was his plan, right? That was originally his plan. But we found cocaine, which that was like, uh-oh, that's something that we know they want. Huh. So that happened. Seth is not telling anyone about this thing. Not at all. We go on. We explore a little more. Seth is doing some more exploring. I think it was a day or two later. Two major events happened that helped spiral things. Oh, by the way, this also increases Seth's paranoia counter when they found the cocaine. Because they kind of knew that they were looking for it. And the messed up thing is, the reason why Seth's paranoia kind of goes up is before he met up with Susie to go get the cocaine, or right after, sorry, he met with Susie and they found this cocaine. Seth got talked to by Wayne asking if he had found anything, and that they were specifically looking for something gardening related, which, yeah, that's this. That this is what they were looking for. So Seth straight up lied to Wayne, being like, nah, we didn't find anything. And, you know, which is not great. Seth is trying to be like, not an honest businessman, but like, you treat me right, I'll treat you right kind of a deal. But he also didn't, like, this whole interaction from Poppy was creeping him out a little bit. And so he didn't know fully what to think of this group, even though Wayne had been very honorable in his deal with him so far. So now we have a new thing. Our group knows about how to make this stuff, and they don't. At some point in time, Susie did something really stupid and flashed a seed of the cocaine at Wayne, taunting him, which really pissed them off. Okay? I don't exactly know when that happened. I just know that it happened. But then I think it was 1 or 2 days later, Seth is exploring again, and guess what Seth finds? He finds the cocaine lab to process it. At this point, Seth is like, shit, maybe I should not explore anymore. Maybe we should just let sleeping dogs lie. Because he didn't know what this was, but we found out real quick what it was. So he, again, is kind of cooled off from Poppy's group, so he tells Susie and Thomas. Susie and Thomas talk about it really loudly, mentioning that they're going to a lab, which apparently Poppy's group knew where the lab was, but they didn't know how to get the seeds. So Susie and Thomas race off to the lab. Poppy, I guess, like, had someone who was camping it out and saw them go into the lab. So now Poppy knows that Susie and Thomas know where the lab is, but somehow she didn't, like, this guy didn't see or didn't know that Seth was there first, because I left and then they found it. So then Poppy starts emailing and asking Thomas, like, hey, what are you guys doing all this time? And they're, of course, lying to her because they don't really know what they want to tell her about all this stuff. And that, but like the fact that like they get texted right after they walk in, like immediately. So now they're even more paranoid, and Seth's paranoia counter goes up yet again, because they only mentioned that they had seen them. Seth has absolutely no idea whether or not Poppy knows about all the stuff he's found. So that's the buildup. We have to build up to a major event here. So now, with all of that in play, Seth, Susie, and Thomas are kind of paranoid about Poppy right now. So Poppy's acting real weird. Susie tried to confront Poppy. Poppy kind of stonewalled her. And so now we're in this weird situation where there's the Poppy gang and sort of Susie's gang. We're in a really weird spot between these two. So I don't know the full roster of Poppy's group. Susie was at this point in time just me, Susie, and Thomas. But Susie he comes from a cartel background, apparently. And she wants to put on a display of force against Poppy to get her to back off. Seth was very much on the fence about this and multiple times thought this was a bad idea. Really tried to talk to Susie to tell her to not do this. Susie did it anyways, and Seth very stupidly joined up with this display of force, but Susie was the only one not in a mask. She gathered a couple people, Thomas being one of them. Thoughts said, yeah, true. But so we have Thomas, and then there's two other friends, Ren and Silas, who Seth doesn't really know very well. They were all there. So it was us five. Us four were in masks, and Susie was the one talking to Poppy because these two are kind of the leaders, right? During this meeting, Seth is kind of freaking out because he very immediately realizes he really should not be here. He's like, his paranoia count's like just skyrocketing, right? During the meeting, one of Wayne from Poppy's group knows Seth is here, or at the very least, like super implies that Seth is here. And they say something that really messes with Seth's head because they're implying that Susie has a snake in the grass, which is Seth, because Seth is the one who told them originally about going to finding that guy. He didn't know how important it was, and that's kind of what started this whole thing off. But they were implying that he was a traitor for Susie, which really ticked him off. Because even though, you know, he might do some shady things, he's loyal. He's actually trying to be loyal here, which is why he's even doing this with Susie, even though he really shouldn't have. So that meeting happens. Seth is freaking the hell out, has no idea what to think. Susie is ready to fight if necessary. So is probably Thomas. He doesn't know how these two people think. But he's freaking out, and he decides to take the decision to step away from Susie and co. He's like, guys, that was too much for me. I can't do this anymore. I can't. So he takes a step away. So he's no longer part of this. He's not doing this. However, the paranoia is really starting to set in because he doesn't know if, which I'm pretty sure this pissed off Susie, probably. But he doesn't know where he sits with Poppy. So again, he reaches out to the only person who he's actually had dealings with, which is Wayne. And this is about 2 days, like 2 days later. I was like, Wayne, you've been honest with me. You've treated me right. I want to have a conversation with you. Because he did not want to talk to Poppy. That was a bad idea. But he talked to Wayne. So he talks with Wayne. He kind of explains his side of the situation where, like, feeling like he was getting stalked and all this stuff, he's just like, look, I'm just stepping away. And at this point, he's not really sure, you know, with this paranoia setting in, he's not really sure what the hell Susie's going to do. Because Susie, being a former member of a cartel, or somehow related, he doesn't know like her full backstory, but he does very vividly remember that she had dealings with a cartel, and this is how you dealt with a cartel, right? So he's not really sure what the hell Susie's going to do, and he expresses that to Wayne, that he is stepping away from Susie's group because if Susie's going to start a firefight with Poppy, that's not his fight. He doesn't want anything to do with it. And Wayne is super cool with him, being like, hey, we get it. We're actually cool with you. We don't have any problems with you. Because apparently Poppy and Thomas are also like, Poppy for some reason fucking hates Thomas. I don't know why. Like, it's bad. It's really bad. I don't understand it. But they're like, no, Seth, we're cool with you. I'm like, okay, cool. So Seth is now vibing a little bit. His paranoia goes down a little bit. But the problem with the big meeting that happened with Susie and Poppy is Susie said it that she wanted to talk to Poppy. No talking was had. Both sides were expressing opinions, and neither one was really listening. You know, it was classic, two strong personalities just yelling at each other, but not actually working anything out. So after a couple more days of stuff cooling down, oh, one big thing. There's one thing that Seth had found, which was like this really weird door. It didn't do anything. He had already told Susie about it, but he showed this door to Wayne as like an olive branch of like, hey, I'm still cool to do stuff with you guys. I just don't want to be part of this conflict, right? So he gave them something that they didn't know about as like an olive branch. This will come back to bite Seth later. Don't worry, it'll come back. But after that, Seth is vibing for a couple of days. He's not really talking to Susie. He's not really talking to Thomas. He eventually does tell Susie that he met with Wayne, and Susie informs him that Poppy's group found out about this door, and the tone of voice seems to imply she knows it was Seth who told them. So Seth's paranoia counter starting to go back up. But this time he's feeling threatened by Susie, and as he's gotten to know a little, like he went digging around the city a little bit, he got to know a little bit more about Poppy's group. And he's starting to realize that they are probably the more controlled group. They have very defined goals and ways of doing things. Susie is more of a wild card at this point in Seth's mind. You know, so kind of stuff's going on here. But he doesn't really talk to Susie. He doesn't really talk to Thomas for a couple days. And after about, I think it was 3 more days, he's calm enough and has realized that, you know, maybe he can actually have the discussion that was supposed to happen between Susie and Poppy by himself. So he now meets with Poppy. So you have Poppy and Seth have a really long chat. Pretty much the same things he told Wayne, just explaining their side of the story. And Poppy actually admitted that, like, yeah, she did things way too quickly, and that's why she relies so heavily on her lieutenants, basically, is she makes decisions super fast, and that comes back to bite her, which caused this whole problem. Because again, our group thought that we were getting stalked, and we were kind of right, by the way, but not in the way that we thought we were. And so she's like, yeah, I messed up there. And Seth's like, yeah, I was an idiot. And so they had a nice conversation. So for all intents and purposes, Poppy and Seth, they're good. Seth isn't going to really do anything with them. But, and actually at some point, I don't think it was during this, but some point later, Poppy offers to have Seth join up to run their weed. That's a fun little tidbit. That's a fun little tidbit. Oh, also some backstory. I forgot some very critical beginning backstory. By the way, I hope you guys are enjoying this. There's some very critical backstory. When Seth first came to the city, he actually was trying to become a police officer. That was the very first thing he did when he got to the city, but the police kept on ghosting him. They never talked to him. So that, just keep that in the back of the mind. That's going to be very important later. And he'd been, unbeknownst to everyone else, he had still kind of been talking to them because they were just being very slow responding to him. But he'd been keeping that in the back of his mind, because as this paranoia counter is going up, he's finding it a little bit harder to like really figure out who to trust. Okay, so all of this goes down, right? All of this goes down. Poppy and Seth are good. Every time he meets Susie, if they're like, she'll still go hunting with him. She'll still do some other stuff with him. But the problem is Susie is very suspicious of Seth, which she actually had very good right to be, because Seth really was like trying to push away from Susie. But here's where another big event comes in. During this time, Seth had stepped away from Susie and Poppy and was doing his own thing. He was still looking at criminal activity at this time, specifically at the crafting guy, right? He was just kind of doing it on the down low. He wasn't telling anyone who was doing it, except for Susie knew that he could make some weapon stuff, which he actually declined to make for Susie because he said he didn't want to be involved. But Susie knows that he can do it. But so he's just been doing this, which he thought was kind of safe, until about, oh gosh, I think like another 4 days after this, he approaches this guy and he sees a masked dude which for those of you who aren't familiar with GTA RP, if someone's wearing a mask and you've never seen them in that mask before, you don't know who they are. Okay, so someone is wearing a mask. Fun fact, you'll find out later that this is Silas. He sees Silas at this guy. You know, this is Seth over here. Seth's policy, if he sees anyone here, is to just run away. Now, Seth failed like 3 separate times hopping a fence. I don't actually know how that's possible, but I failed hopping the fence because I was trying to run away. Silas hears this and starts chasing Seth. Pulls a gun, but Seth is already too far away. Let go of the cat. No. She's fine. So Seth is now running away. And Seth actually manages to juke the hell out of him. However, he calls in backup with another important character named Abe, who we'll find out later on is like kind of becoming Susie's right-hand man. I don't know, something like that. So Abe shows up, and as Seth is almost about to get away on his motorcycle, they pull up and they pull guns on him and basically be like, take off your mask or you're fucking dead. Like, yeah, you guys are gonna do a little bit of swearing on this one. So Seth's paranoia counter, if we go back up to here, just like skyrocketed again. This is the first time that anyone's like actually pulled a gun on him. And an important part is Silas is part of a different gang called the Misfits, who he has not had any interaction with, but is widely considered the biggest, most powerful gang in town. So they pull up on gunpoint. Seth removes his mask because, you know, he was doing criminal activity, so he didn't want people to know who it was. He was also dressed completely different, so they had absolutely no idea it was him. But once they found out that it was him, they're like, oh, okay, it's just you. Because he had met Abe before, and Silas was in the same boat as Seth, as he didn't really want to be involved with Susie's shenanigans. At least that's the impression I got. Okay, so Seth did his stuff. He got things to where he had wanted to, but like that experience was like, okay, everyone is fighting over this thing now. That is not a safe place to be anymore. So all of a sudden, after all of this, the whole supply chain part that Seth was like kind of interested in is now way too hot to handle. Like if he's going to be running into masked gun people up there every time, no, that's way too dangerous. So he has enough experience to craft whatever he needs, should he need it in the future, but he is done. He is 100% done with this after this thing. The problem is Abe tells Susie. And here's where Seth finds out that Abe is now also a part of Susie's thing. I think. I'm still not sure about that. So Susie finds out that Seth didn't stop doing stuff. He just stopped doing stuff with her, which I think set off a pretty big nerve for Susie. So that's making Seth even more paranoid. At this point in time, Seth is like, I just gotta lay low. I gotta lay low. I gotta get out of the city. I gotta not do stuff. So Seth stops doing literally anything illegal for like almost a full week, and goes in the mountains, and he's gold panning. He's mining. You know, he's doing what he was doing before. He's doing fishing, doing all that jazz. But he's like, because he's scared to go back into the city. He doesn't think that Poppy's going to be after him, but he is really not sure about what Susie's going to do. And best part of this is later on, Wayne pulls aside Seth again and starts asking him about some stuff. And Susie, on their last conversation, had told Seth that she was going to stop telling him stuff, and then immediately told him a lot of stuff, which Seth picked up on. I was like, wait. Because remember, when he told something to Poppy's crew, Susie later found out about it somehow. So he is 1000% convinced that the info Susie gave him was bait. She gave it to him as a test, seeing if he would tell Poppy. I will die by that conviction. So Wayne and Seth are having this conversation where Seth, because like again, Wayne has been completely fair to Seth in all of their business dealings. Wayne is like the guy that Seth, out of everyone in the city, probably respects the most. That and Thomas. He's never had a bad deal with Thomas. Thomas doesn't really like him right now, probably, but he vouches for Thomas's integrity as a businessman, because Thomas has always done exactly what he said he would. But Thomas is in with Susie right now, and he doesn't know what Susie's going to do. So he has a conversation with Wayne, basically being like, I'm completely stepping away from like all of Susie's stuff because he doesn't know what Susie's going to do. And it was at this point where Wayne's like, hey, you could run with us and we'd keep you safe, and you could run weed for us. And that's where the weed offer came in. But Seth ends up telling Wayne the information given to him by Susie, basically being like, hey, look, I think this is a bait of information. If you want to do something with this, I don't like being used like this, so do with that what you will. That kind of put a big rift in Seth's trust in Susie, at least, even if it was only perceived. I actually have no idea if that was just Susie saying stuff, if that actually was a test. But again, keep in mind, like, this has been a very stressful, like, couple weeks for Seth. He's been having guns pointed at him. He's been moping around. He's getting stressed the hell out. He's been in a few accidental car chases, and he wasn't even, like, the one who was doing stuff. He just happened to be nearby, and thankfully that nothing happened with that. So Seth is, like, stressed all to hell, right? He's not doing great. But then Poppy texts Wayne saying, hey, I've got some information. Poppy meets up with Wayne and Seth and basically just tells them,
Seth is my favorite Moon Knight personality.
so true. Poppy tells Seth the same information that Susie had just given him the night before. So now, even though, yeah, Seth did technically tell Wayne things, Poppy found them out from a completely different source, which he suspects is the same source that gave Susie the information. So now Seth has a completely solid alibi, which is true, that he did not tell Poppy this info because someone else told her first. Just a fun little fact. But this is not doing great, because what this essentially means to Seth is there's Poppy, there's Susie, and then Seth is down here. Someone above both of them has been disseminating information between the two groups. Because somehow, when this group figures out something, this group finds out about it not that long after, and vice versa. So now Seth is like, okay, so who is this person? And this person is probably Charlie, the leader of the Misfits gang. Because again, they are easily the most powerful, right? So here's where Seth's paranoia starts to go up again. Silas is in the Misfits, and at this point in time, he thought Abe was also still in the Misfits. So now, two members of Misfits know that Seth is really good at making illegal stuff, and that information definitely got passed to Susie and probably got passed to Poppy. So now, Seth is feeling in an extremely vulnerable place because he has information that is useful to everyone, but does not want to side with anyone. So this is not a great position for Seth to be in, right? Not great. Then that happened, and then a couple of days ago, Seth was like, all right, I need to make a choice. I need to figure out where I'm going to stand here, right? Because he does, at this point in time, whenever he's in the city and he sees a group of people that is in masks, another big important part. Huge part. This also plays into Seth's paranoia. At some point during all this, Susie called Seth, letting him know that there was a group of masked individuals in a car that was looking for him. So, like, again, paranoia counter off the freaking charts. He doesn't even know if that was real. That's just what Susie told him. So now he is convinced that anytime he sees anyone he doesn't recognize, they're after him, because that's kind of right, like, in his mind. So he takes a few more days to step back from them. He decides, okay, he has to either figure out if he's going to go with crime or if he's going to go a different direction. So he tries a couple of minor crimes. Turns out that stresses him the hell out. He didn't actually successfully do any of them because he got too stressed out. And like, because now if he did that, then the police would be on top of him as well, in addition to already thinking that literally everyone else in the city's after him. So he is not doing great mentally, right? So he looked at crime and was like, no, we can't do this. This isn't an option for us. So what other options are there? Because he got pulled over by the police for doing something, but they didn't catch him. And it was something super minor, so it doesn't really even matter. But like that, you know, paranoia meter's going off again, because now he feels like if he's doing crime, he's going to be okay with whatever group he's with, but the other two are going to dislike him because he has some of their secrets, right? That's not actually true. That's just kind of like I was making him be a little bit more paranoid, right? So Seth is not having a great time. So if you can't do crime, could he just go back to civilian stuff? No, because the problem is people know he can make weapons. They know he can make a lot of this black market material, and the civilian jobs that he likes doing give you a lot of materials to do these things. So whenever he's running around with a bunch of materials in his pack, all of a sudden he becomes a very lovely target for armed robbery. Like huge, massive target. And so then, guess who texts him back? The police department. The people who he had been ignoring, or who had been ignoring him, message him back. All of a sudden, he has a really dumb thought. What if he wouldn't have to deal with any of this bullshit anymore? Because the thing that's driving him crazy is he doesn't know the lines in the sand because they keep freaking changing. It's driving him insane. He literally doesn't know who to trust outside of like maybe Wayne he has a good rapport with. And Poppy he seems to be okay with, right? But his main concern is Susie and her gang and potentially whatever the Misfits have going on. He has no idea. He's heard stories about what they do, but none of them are great. So he's feeling like one of his only options to actually get out of things is to join the other side, right? Because by doing that, he draws the line in the sand, being like, okay, I am over here now. I can treat everyone as if they are out to get me, except for the police department. Now, if there turns out to be crooked cops in the police department that are on these people's payrolls, that's going to be really interesting to find out and is not going to make Seth a very happy person at all. But he ends up in kind of a spur of the moment decision, joins over here, which immediately pisses off Susie, Poppy, and Wayne. Because at this point in time, he's had a few too many guns pointed at his head for doing both legal and illegal stuff. He's not doing great. He's really not doing great. So he decides to eliminate one side of the equation of because he doesn't want to do crime at all. Like he can't deal with that level of stress anymore. At least not like if there was a way to be less engaged with like the actual physicality of it, he might have gone that route. But since there is not a way to do that, he's just trying to take a little bit of control back in his life by joining the PD. So he joins them. Immediately, he feels like he owes it. He does tell Susie because they're going to find out anyways.
Shop sale from Akushi.
Oh, thank you to whoever bought something on Ko-fi. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Oh, they paid for the Halloween album. Thank you. I appreciate that. But so now Seth has joined the PD because so he tells Susie. Susie is not happy about it. He tells Poppy. Poppy is also, again, because people are going to find out anyways. He would rather tell them and gauge their reaction. That's kind of what he's thinking. Because again, he is trying to figure out where to draw this line in the sand. That is the thing that he's trying to figure out. say it's hard to keep track of G&D or GTA. Oh, GTA, because GTA stuff happens when you're not online and gets crazy so fast. Like, I was on a lot, but like the week that I really wasn't on because I was doing so much Ray Leech prep, I missed so much stuff. There's so much stuff I don't even know about. Yeah, so now Seth is over here. He talked with Susie. Susie does not seem to be happy with that. He low-key thinks Susie might try and come after him. He told Poppy that. Poppy's not happy about it, but he explained that like he is doing this because he feels like this is his best method of having some level of protection. Because if they come after him as a cop, the entire PD is coming after them. Like, guaranteed. Right? Like, that is 100% going to happen. Especially since he's had an opportunity to talk to a lot more of the police officers recently. It's very much, you know, it's the whole, like, if gangs target a specific cop, the rest of the PD is not going to take that line down. So he knows that the PD has his back as long as he follows the rules. And Poppy was like, you know what? I get it. I don't like it. I don't get it. But part of this is Seth also has no intention of, he's basically treating him joining the PD as wiping his memory of like what he knows about specific people. He's not going to use that information against them, because he wants to treat you fairly. Even like in criminal dealings, over the table dealings, under the table dealings, he wants to treat you fairly. So he made it very clear he is doing this out of his own self-interest and protection. Which again, Susie seems to be mad at him for, which is understandable. Poppy seems to be annoyed at him for, which is again understandable. Wayne seems hurt that he did this instead of talking to him first, which is also fair. But again, the problem is he's mostly okay with Poppy's game, but he doesn't want to figure out where this stupid line in the sand bullcrap is. He's not about that. He doesn't want that. So he joined the PD. So now he very much has a clear line, and everyone in the city except for other officers now shuns him, which is funny. Which is also expected. But he also didn't really hang out with other people anyways, so it's like it's not that big of a loss. I don't know. Is what it is. So Seth is now a police officer. And that's like that's the super short version of how we got to where we are. A lot of other stuff happened, probably some other stuff I'm missing out. But basically Seth has crossed the line so that he knows where the line is. And funnily enough, you know what's happened to his paranoia counter? The paranoia has dropped significantly. Because now, all of a sudden, like, he's still paranoid. It's not all gone. But now he basically drew the line in the sand, and he knows where everyone else is. They're on the other side of the line. He still will attempt to be friendly with people despite knowing things, but he has no illusions that if given an opportunity, they probably will try to put a bullet in him. And so but guess what? He gets to fire back now. He doesn't have to worry about doing anything and having the cops just roll up on him, because he is the cops. Also, he got an adorable little dog named Snow. It's a white German Shepherd. It's very cute. He loves that dog, even though he literally only got him today. So the current storyline that Seth is on, Seth is going to be a police officer, but also because Seth didn't just immediately renounce all criminal thoughts, which this might come back to bite him later. He hasn't done anything with this, but Seth is also mentally cataloging everything about the police department. Because again, Seth likes to know everything. And so now that Seth knows both sides of the fence, if stuff happens, he has information on both. So hopefully, one thing that I'm actually kind of expecting, I would not be surprised if someone in Poppy's group, specifically Wayne, because they haven't had the chance to talk yet because Wayne's been out of the city. I think Wayne is going to try and tempt Seth into becoming their informant. Which I don't think Seth would go for. But, like, let's say the police department's also sketchy, because it probably is. All of a sudden, if there's another faction within the PD, you know, having a gang owe you one might not be such a bad idea. But he's not planning on that right now. Right now, he's just trying to do police things and not die in the process. But mostly, he's just happy that he can shoot people, and it's fine. Because he can shoot back at people. He's not going to just go around and be a mass murderer. He's not doing that. But you know. It just... It's interesting. Seth lore does go hard. It's been interesting because I do think that the thing that people... I think it caught a lot of people off guard when I had him join the PD, because he joined it. He's done most of his big life decisions he's made as a knee-jerk reaction. So I think making a big decision like this in a very short amount of time is kind of on brand for him. It might come back to bite him, right? It probably will come back to bite him. But I kind of like playing him as this person who's like, he's kind of paranoid, you know? Is it the right decision for him to join the PD? Probably not. Did he do it anyways? Yes. And now this introduces this whole other possible storyline thing where he's not, I don't envision him as a dirty cop, but he would be more lenient when he's able to. Or like, you know, maybe he just doesn't double check something sometime. Kind of a thing. But right now he's trying to just do the job the absolute best that he can, because he also has a new goal that is something that would not be offered to him otherwise. He wants to be the K9 captain. He wants to head up the K9 unit. That's his current ambition. Is he's on the police, he's on their side right now, so he might as well give it his best shot.
So, layman's terms. Seth literally wandered into a storm of crime / drug / trade / info wars between gangs, only held on a boat built of lies, shadows through luck drowning, floating with paranoia, seeking land.
That's a pretty good summation. Not gonna lie, that's a pretty good summation. So Seth's current goal is to become the K9 unit. I wrote it into his backstory that he had German Shepherds growing up, and so when I heard that like you could actually get German Shepherds, he immediately went out and got one. That's his puppy Snow. It's so cute. It's so good. And actually, I think, we've only been here for an hour. Now that you guys have the Seth lore, would you like to actually see the lore continue in real time? Because he's still in the process of getting trained for the PD. The people that just RP as a police dog the entire session are the best. I don't know if you can do that on this server. I don't think so. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, now this was causing me a lot of problems earlier, so if we just crash, that's why. I'm really hoping. Okay, I haven't dropped frames yet. This is a good sign. Okay, I think we can get in. I have found out that VTube Studio like really causes this to crash. So, dude, if someone kills Snow, Seth is going to murder them. If someone shoots his dog, he is going to shoot them. It doesn't matter who it is. Rayleigh debut in the server win. I actually thought about making Rayleigh a character and using a voice changer, like the good voice changer for it, but I wasn't really sure if my computer could really handle it. Also, let me you guys hear the sound, right? I know there's overlapping music right now. Hopefully that ain't foreshadowing. Well, you know, you never know. You never know. I'll show you guys my puppy. Should I post that I'm opening my eyes in the server? Sure, why not? We'll do this. Sure, we'll see what anyone else does. Maybe someone wants to watch the PD side of things. I'll post it in the Doodle server. I should make a command, because technically this is a public server and people can join, but they will ban you very quickly. So just be warned if you do anything dumb. Okay. I'm going to let you guys in here. You need training, maybe? Sure. I'll put it in self-promo. Why not? That way, if people want to know the meta stuff, they can. That seems to be a pretty big thing. I don't know. I threw it in there. All right, Seth, come here. I'll throw in a random prediction that Misfits has someone working for them. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if both Poppy's group, which I think is... I don't actually know what their group name is called. But I wouldn't be surprised if Poppy's group and Misfits had people in. Also, sorry, I need to adjust some things so I can actually see everything. And turn this into push talk. Alright, as a reminder, this is a GTA stream now, so I will be talking to you guys a little bit less. Obviously, it's Seth. Seth was the mole all along. Oh, wait, first, guys, I gotta show you something. It's my puppy. Oh, come here, Snow. How you doing? Oh, you're such a good puppy. You're such a good puppy. Look at it. Actually, I think it's a girl, but look at her. She's so cute. I just got her today. She's so cute. Oh my God, I love this dog. I love it so much. What's up, puppy? Oh, I'm gonna pet you again. I should probably kill the music because hearing stuff is actually kind of important now. Right? Like, they're so cute. Is server permadeath? Kind of. It depends. It all depends on the scenario, I think. I haven't gotten to that point. If I got shot, I think it's ultimately up to me whether or not I die. I know a lot of people like going into comas or they're in the ICU for several days, so like they just don't log on for a long time, or if they do log on, they just stay in the hospital, kind of a thing. So, you know, there's a lot of stuff. Here's my beautiful bike. Love this thing. All right, let's see if any police officers are on. I'm not on duty though, not yet. Oh. I'm literally... To set the guy who couldn't keep up with the physical activities of others could, after Cop Arc, be able to handle activities you couldn't have before? Yeah, probably. I am literally the only police officer online. Okay, well... maybe we won't be doing anything police related. We might just be hunting and seeing how that goes for right now. I know there are supposed to be other officers who can get online. So I'm hoping that one of them does. Don't mind me, I'm just running a red light. It's fine. Because I don't know how to do anything. Actually, no, that's not true. I know how to give people's weapon licenses. I do know how to do that. I did that yesterday for the first time. So I do, in fact, know how to give people a weapons license. Police officer breaking the law. Yeah, we're just bending the law. It's fine. Also, I apologize. You guys are going to hear that beep a lot. This is actually an electric bike, so I don't have to pay for gas. It's awesome. Imagine being the only cop in a city full of killers. Well, as far as I know, they don't actually like shooting the cop a lot. Or they don't like shooting cops a bunch. They mostly just run. Dr. Hunter. What do you mean I don't have a license? Oh, it's in my bag. I definitely have a license. Thank you. I would like to go hunting, please. Thank you. So we'll just keep an eye out for shenanigans that happen. Oh, I could call Poppy. I know that she texted me before I had to take this little nap for stream. I could call her. I know she wants to talk to me. Did anyone else message me while I was asleep? I don't think so. Nope, no one else is here yet. Everything okay? Oh, she was just asking if I was okay. It's funny because I texted her that I wanted to talk about her. Or talk to her, and then she called me like right after that. So I don't think she realized that we already talked. And the thing that I wanted to tell her was the whole police thing. I don't think she knew that. Wait, did I pass where I was supposed to go? I definitely did. It's fine. It's fine. Actually, hold on, chat. I'm going to pull off to the side here. I'm going to move you guys up here so I don't have to look at you. Look as far away. There we go. Perfect. Beautiful. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Look, I'm just trying to get to my favorite hunting ground. Actually, I just realized I could have gone to the other hunting ground. Because one of the reasons why I also really wanted a German Shepherd is I really wanted to test something. I wanted to see if they help with hunting. Because that's just a theory that I had, but I don't think anyone's actually tested it yet. Actually, is anything crazy going on in the city right now? Jackie's is closed. Jack Deacon. Wait, why don't... Jack. The name sounds familiar. I'm not sure what. Okay, let's see. It looks like they're taunting... Wait, what? What are they talking about? Wait, why are people posting about taking out a hit on Officer Diego? What the heck is happening? What did he do? Officer Diego must have done something. So this is usually where I like to hang out and hunt. Actually, while we're hunting, I want to see something. So first of all, we got to make sure that we have our rifle and our food. Is our rifle loaded? Yes, it is. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna put out our food. We're gonna call our little puppy. Because I want to know. Thank you so much for being a member for 3 months. I appreciate it. We're just doing a little hunting. We're gonna call out our puppy. Because supposedly... dogs can actually help you hunt. I want to see if that actually works, because you can do a bunch of stuff with them, which is hunt. So you can do hunt and grab. I really want to see if this works, because if I can just be hunting out in the woods with my dog, that is amazing. Oh yeah, Nap, you missed it. This is Snow. They're German Shepherd. I think it's a girl. I haven't checked. I literally just got her today. Should I not have this out? Oh, no! Why did I kick my dog? Why did it kick my dog? Oh, I'm the worst pet owner. Snow, I'm so sorry. Why did that kick her instead of tell her to go over there? No. Snow. Why did that kick you? Oh, apparently I didn't even damage her. Snow, I'm so sorry. Here, let me pet you. I need to pet you. Why did it kick her? You would think. Why? Why would it do that? Why would it kick? That's so stupid. I'm so upset. What does this do? How do you tell it to, how do you go hunt something? Oh, that is Bigfoot. We can't hunt Bigfoot. No, we cannot hunt Bigfoot. Hunting Bigfoot is definitely illegal. Because that is just a man in a costume. Bigfoot, get out of here. Yeah, that's right. Other people would have just shot him. But we can't do that anymore. Okay, you know what? Just come here. Oh, that's how you do it. Okay, I figured out how to do it. Okay, where is... Where's the food? The food disappear? Snow, I love you, but you are so in the way. Can I put down another one? Cannot place 2 bait. Oh, shoot. Where's the... Oh, shoot, where's the bait? Is that it? That's not it. Oh, shoot. Oh, no, this is the worst part about hunting is whenever Bigfoot freaking shows up. I'm so annoyed. Not you, though. You know what? You're blocking things. Come over here, Snow. Can you sit here? Can you just stay here? Wait here. I can tell you to get in the car. Oh my gosh, that is amazing. Wait, hold on. This is the greatest thing ever. Okay, you sit here. Stay. Good dog. Can mountain lions attack Snow? I think so. What? Did Bigfoot just roll up on me on a motorcycle? Did I see that right? Okay. I wasn't ready for that. Come here, Snow. Yeah, come on, buddy. Oh, you're such a cute dog. Okay, what do we do with this? Out of everything, I was not expecting Bigfoot to just roll up on me. That was new. That's kind of awesome. Who's a good girl? You are. You are a very good girl. Can I steal Bigfoot's bike? I could if I had lockpicks, I think. But I don't. I thought someone else was coming up here. That's actually fascinating. Anyone else on? Nope. I will message people once they get on, but no one is on. Therefore, no Seth training can happen. Hey, come on. Come here. Come here. I want to know what they're... So, you guys can see it, but they're gaining levels. Like, my Snow is gaining levels, and I don't know what that means. I actually don't even know how to see that. Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl? You're a good girl. So I really love dogs. I really love dogs. Any animals gonna show up though? I hear someone. Brr, brr. All right, let's try this again. We're going to tell you to hunt and grab. Why is it Bigfoot again? Dude, Bigfoot, get out of here. I can't hunt you. Freaking Bigfoot, man. Really love dogs. That was an accident. I didn't mean to. I flexed the wrong muscle. Oh, no. I'm so bad. I'm so sorry, Snow. I didn't mean it. Look, Snow forgave me already. Didn't you, girl? Yeah. You need water? I think you do. Your water bottle. All right, I have to fill it up. Drinking was successful. Yeah. Yeah, you are. I'm gonna have some soda myself. I knew cats hated dogs, but this is ridiculous. Now. Hold on. No. Look, me and Snow, we're just out here. We're having a good time. Come on, Snow. You can do this. I just want to see if we can have you hunt something. I want to know so bad. Maybe Bigfoot needs some directions. Even cryptids get lost. You know what? That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Brr, brr. Brr, brr. Could you make her attack Bigfoot? Yes, you could. You absolutely could. Snow, you all right there, bud? Look, I know you're happy to be outside, but like, you can't be tripping over rocks. Okay? No rock tripping. Are you serious? Bigfoot is back again? Bigfoot. Okay, so meta-wise, guys, Bigfoot is supposed to be like a 1 to 2% chance. Seeing 3 of him in a row is nuts. How is that even possible? 3 in a row? What is happening right now? I just want to know if my dog can viciously attack wildlife and then bring their corpses back to me. That's all I want to know. Oh shoot, do I have my knife? Do I need my knife? I don't know. Ooh, put that away. And duffel bag. I don't have my knife. I really hope I don't need my knife. That's probably fine. Is there a way to see, like... No, that's not what I want. Come here, Snow. I love that petting your dog makes you feel more relaxed. That's so funny to me. Still no one? Reckless driving, someone stealing something, reckless driving, someone stealing something. You know, the usual stuff. I'm gonna pet you again. Hopefully no mountain lions will spawn right on top of us, and if they do, you'll be able to take them out. Look, I legitimately just want to know if hunting works at all with puppies. Because if it does, I'll definitely be doing that on my own time. I hear someone. Oh, wait, we have an actual animal. We have an actual animal. What is it? Where is it? What is it? I don't see it. Do you guys see it? See it. Oh, oh, she's going. Can she hunt it by herself? Come on. Good girl, good girl. Good girl, good girl. Look at her. Okay. Did she get it? There's a good puppy. Oh, and she brought it back to me. Oh, this is the greatest thing ever. Nope. Okay, so you can't do that. Why is she attacking though? Because we're hunting. Oh, what is she attacking? Coyotes. Okay, so she can hunt and she can bring it back to you, but if she kills it, then we can't grab it. Interesting. Okay, so we have to try again. But what if I tell her to hunt it and I shoot it? Because then I would be killing it, but she'd just be dragging it back to me. So the reason why I'm even interested in this, by the way, guys, is because if... Oh. Okay, he's okay. So the reason why we're doing this is because when you're hunting, dragging stuff to your vehicle is super frustrating. Because it takes... When you drag an animal, it's super slow, like super slow compared to like being able to run and stuff. So, and one of the most annoying parts about hunting is when an animal appears and you shoot it, you know, going over there, grabbing it and then dragging it back to your car is really annoying. So what I was hoping with, and because she's also a German Shepherd, you know, she's kind of in this kind of thing, is if I hunt them. So, cause like sometimes they'll appear really far away, like really far away. But if I can tell her to go hunt them and then I shoot them and then she brings it back to me, that's so huge. Like that's actually amazing. He's never had a puppy. You know what? You were a good girl. I'm gonna give you a pet. You did what you were supposed to. Yeah, you're a good girl. You're a cute girl. But now we just kind of wait and hope that we don't have a mountain lion that just shows up and eats us. And if it does, then our lovely little puppy might be able to take him down. Though actually, I think a mountain lion would probably just hurt her, which is not good. But that's why we have a bunch of first aid kits. Isn't that right, my little puppy? I really like this dog, in case you couldn't tell. What tricks do you know? Paw? Oh my god. Oh, and we crash. We lasted a lot longer that time. But that means we have to go re-sign in to do hunting and all this other stuff. That's so annoying. If we're already crashing now, that's a bad sign. That's actually a really bad sign. Anyone does something on the server, Seth will remember that. The music, though, the music's great. All right, well, we'll give this one more shot, but if we crash again, I think we'll need to need to call it for now, and if we do any future GTA streams, we'll have to do it as a PNG, I think. Because for some reason, VTube Studio just does not play nice with this, and it's not because it's overtaxing my card. Because it's really not. Have my puppy at least. Snow, are you still here? Okay, good. You're still here. Good dog. Am I still allowed to hunt here? Nope, I didn't think so. Oh, well. Alright, well, we'll sign in to law enforcement. Still no one. I guess Seth may not get any extra training tonight, sadly. Well, we're gonna find out if this hunting thing works. Come hell or high water, we're figuring this thing out. Because this would be huge. Thankfully, the hunting lounge isn't too far away. That's also one of the reasons why I love this bike, is because it's electric and you don't have to fill up on gas. That's actually huge. And it's fast. Very fast. I did just spend literally all the money I've been making, though. Hey, what's up, Shade? How you doing? Welcome back. How you been? We're doing some GTA shenanigans right now. We were trying to go hunting unsuccessfully. Very unsuccessfully. I've been so stressed, so finding this just made my month. Oh, well, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad that we can make your month. Please don't have a murder kitty outside. Okay, we're good. Oh, no, there it is. There we go. Sorry, if I didn't shoot that thing, it was going to come down and start killing us. I have actually died to that specific mountain lion like 5 times. It's actually crazy. Oh yeah, is TTS still going? Is that still working? I don't know. Wait, is chat still working? Chat's still working. TTS might be a little broken at the moment. I'm not sure. It tends to break after about an hour or so. All right, come on. Come on. Back to the hunting ground where snow might finally be able to do something. I really wish that you could just hunt animals like that were just lying around, but sadly that's not how this works. Oh wait, should I try that? Oh, I almost got ran over. Lychee's being possessed? Yes, she is. She is very much being possessed right now. Excuse me? Okay, no, I saw that right. Okay. 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 Yeah, that was... sorry, that caught me off guard. That caught me very off guard. I'm gonna see if I can fix TTS for you. I probably would have to just reboot it. Because Chaos Bot is doing that thing again where it's been over an hour, which means that, you know, it's time for it to throw a fit. You know, it's its usual complaint. Vroom vroom. Yeah, it's just not. I think TTS is donezo for right now. Oh well. It is what it is, you know? It is what it is. Alright, let's try this again. Let's turn this off. Okay, it's off now. Cool. Now let's try this one more time. Place down our bait. Let's try not to get 3 Bigfoots in a row this time. Let's bring out our puppy. Give him a nice little pet again. Wait. Oh, they changed the thing. Am I the only one texting chat right now? Yeah. There's been other people around. But for right now, yeah. You're the only one. I think most people are just sitting here vibing while we wait for shenanigans to happen. I would really like to do police department stuff, but no one is online. And I'm only a cadet, which means I don't really know how to do anything. I know how to give people's weapon licenses. That's quite literally the only thing that, like, if someone's like, hey, I'm new to the city, can I get a weapons license? But like, yeah, I can do that. I know how to do that. That face, I'm looking at 3 different screens, don't really know what to add right now. Oh, look, that's fine. I don't talk in streams most of the time. I usually say something like maybe once every like 20 or 30 minutes when I'm watching a stream. I'm usually just listening. That's how I assume most people enjoy streams. Because it's how I enjoy streams. Like, I don't talk a lot. Ever had pot lasagna? Nope, there we go again. All right, guys, I think... That's frustrating. I think we're going to call it there. I'm actually going to go remove myself out of the self-promo channel for right now because it's just crashing all the hell. All right, so I think we're just going to call it there. We had like a nice little stream tonight. We're going to be back on Saturday. We're going to be doing a RPG review. I think we're going to be doing Cairn because I wanted to do Cairn. But GTA does not seem to be working well with VTube Studio. So I'm gonna call it there, and it's about our normal stream time anyways. And if we do GTA next time, we'll just swap to using a PNG for most of it, because that way we shouldn't crash as often. It's like night and day with crashing. It's kind of ridiculous. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the lore dump. I kind of want to add a Discord channel in that has like me updating lore shenanigans. That sounds kind of fun. Like what Seth is being up to. So that way if like I do stream it and people want to know, there's like a big channel that has like stuff that I'll write out that he's doing it. Because I don't know, it's been a lot of fun, and I do think that the funniest part about this is I had more than one person talking to me, be like, they're like, this doesn't really feel like Seth. And I'm like, I don't know. To me, like someone who's paranoid, who doesn't know who to trust, and who also who's quite literally had multiple groups of people he doesn't know point guns at him. It's like, I don't know. If I felt like I was being hunted, I would, like, me personally, if I was super paranoid about stuff, I would join the other side just so that I would know that, yeah, it's me versus everyone. I don't have to try and think about who's my friend. I know the police department's got my back, and that's all I need, right? So it's going to be interesting. I don't know if he'll be a police officer for forever. He might, I don't know, he might do something really dumb and then get fired, and that's going to be a whole other can of worms to open, but will still be very interesting. Either way, I don't know. I think the storyline he's got going is pretty interesting. So, yeah. Join the Discord, guys. We have fun there. Hopefully next time we do GTA stuff, it'll be a little less scuff. But yeah, I'll see y'all around. Have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.